This is something we often forget to do in our rat race when we're running from one place to the other.
To further enrich tonight's experience, we have with us a man who is just as rare in character as he is in quality. He's a dear friend, a fellow actor, a family man. Please welcome the extremely talented and a thorough gentleman, I might add, John Abraham. Thank you very much. John, before I allow you to speak, okay, settle down, guys. Settle down, guys. John, before I allow you to speak, I want to say something. It might embarrass you a little bit. Don't worry. But a few years ago, my niece lost her father. And I, as her mama, decided... What happened, Baba? I have no idea what's going on. So my niece had lost her father, and I, like a good uncle, decided to throw her a surprise party. So I called her up and told her that, come over and have dinner with us. But the idea was to throw a surprise party for her friends, right? Which she didn't know of. And then I called her up and said, what would you want? Name it, and I'll arrange it for you. So, you won't be able to arrange it. I said, name it, just dream it and say it. She said, I want to meet John Abraham. I said, oh, God. So what I did was, I didn't lose heart. I called up John. John was shooting in Film City at that time. And I said, John, is it possible for you to come to my house tonight for just 15 minutes? So he said, no, I'm so sorry, Boman, I'm shooting in Film City. I said, so what for? So I told him what the occasion was. And he said, no, I'm really, really sorry. And he really couldn't make it. And then I told her, unfortunately, the girl has lost her father recently. And it's my way of making her feel special. But on the phone, the evening went on. Suddenly I got a call from John. And I said, hey, John, that's all right, don't worry. He said, no, I'm below your building. And I said, why aren't you coming up? He said, it's a surprise birthday party, so I didn't want to enter and, ruin the timing and things like that. John came up, and there were some 30 girls, and that's exactly why he may have come, but I'm not saying anything. There were some 30 very pretty-looking young ladies, but my niece will never forget that moment, and John has this wonderful knack of making people feel special. John? Yeah.
Thank you.
Not that I did not respect you or I admired you, but that day, you stole our hearts, all of us. Not just my niece, but my entire family. In fact, my maid, she came out with a drink for John, and she and she dropped the whole glass in his lap. Do you remember that? We never let her forget it, Pezzi. We never let her forget it. Anyway, John, I said my bit. I had to say it. Over to you. Say a few words, and we'll sit down and we'll have a chat.
Well, thank you, Boman, for hosting this, first of all, because I'm such a big fan of yours, and I think you're a lovely human being. And are you smiling?
Yeah, I'm smiling.
And I think, like you said, we both have dimples. And
we're both half Irani.
We're both half Irani. And I'm really honored to be here, and I'm very excited to be part of the Johnnie Walker Blue Label Date with Dad. The brand's idea of giving an opportunity to thank their dad is so relatable and so special. And I believe it's a great opportunity for every son and every daughter to express his love and his gratitude towards his or her father. And I share this very special relationship with my father, and he's been a constant source of inspiration, and he's been a constant source of support throughout my life. And thank you, Johnnie Walker, and thank you all the people working there. Thank you so much, Bhavesh, and all of you in the team who've been so patient with both Dad and me in the office and in all these hours. And thank you, Boman, for really making this even more special by being here, and the audience and the media for being here, because this is a great occasion for a lot of people out there to actually go out there and make their parents inclusive of what they do in life. And this is something we often forget to do in our rat race when we're running from one place to the other. It's important to just go in there and, you know, speak to your dad, speak to your mom, and just make them a part of your life.
Thank you, John. John, I think we should sit down. We got a little tete-a-tete to do. John, I've known your dad for many years. I truly admire him. He's always smiling. He's always smiling. And an outstanding man. I mean, Mama, please don't mind, we'll be talking about him a lot tonight. So, but the truth of the matter is, what is it about him that you admire the most?
Well, my dad is extremely honest, and he's simple, and he's extremely humorous. For example, he says, John, you're a hero on screen, but I'm a hero off screen to have tolerated my wife for so many years. So, I mean, he jokes about it, but I think he encompasses far more than what a father's meant to do. And he's a super guy, and he gets his point across very simply. I mean, he doesn't really have to stress on it. He doesn't have to scream. He's never screamed at me. So he gets his point across, and I think I understand that life has to be very simple and not complicated, and I try not complicating my life.